is that what being an adult is all about? We're going 360, hearing from young adults, middle and high school teachers, a college advisor, and the creator of that adulting class. Samantha Hudspeth thinks young people should be taught skills that are relevant in today's world, like how to get a job.
It is so much harder than when we were kids, and this was the only way to contact anyone. So we're going to try to make it a little easier, going 360 on some alternatives to springing for a smartphone. On the line, we have a psychology professor, a Denver teacher, and parents who are taking different approaches to keep in touch with their kids.
So we're going 360, asking, is renting the new American dream? You'll hear from a marketing expert, buyers and renters, and companies that are catering to a new kind of consumer.
People just don't want to be tied down by physical things in their life.
So we decided it was time to fly high with this 360. You'll hear from a Colorado native downright weirded out by drone activity, the lawyer who gets to the bottom of what drones can and can't do these days, an inventor who thinks he has the answer to dodging drones in the sky, and finally, you'll hear from a hobbyist who worries the drone hobby is dying a slow death.
Yeah, I saw them one night, and I have no idea where they came from.
It's a concept called gender-neutral parenting, in which parents allow their kids to explore different gender roles, regardless of the sex they were assigned at birth. We're taking you 360 on gender-neutral parenting with a mom who supports gender neutrality, the director of Denver Health's LGBT Center of Excellence, who says kids often explore different gender roles, an academic with Focus on the Family, a faith-based organization who does not support gender-neutral parenting, and a counselor who says no matter how you raise your kids, it's hard.
You come face to face with another driver. And according to police, there really are no rules.
We're not aware of any law that states, who comes first going through a narrow street.
So with no law, no right way to do it, we're going 360 and asking, is there a best way? We spoke to Denver police, a driving instructor, residents on some of these narrow streets, as well as the drivers and cyclists who use them. First, though, we wanted to find out just how wide are these streets.
So are pot shops essential or not? We're going 360 with multiple perspectives. You'll hear from a patient who says she needs her medical marijuana, a doctor who says dispensaries are as essential as pharmacies, a dispensary owner who chose to close up shop, and a dispensary's logistics director who's trying hard to stay open.
Since the outbreak has started, we've instituted things like using hospital-grade air purifiers.
I've now heard from dozens of parents, students, and teachers who are already weeks into this remote learning thing, and the perspectives vary widely. Parents who feel the expectations are too high, others who think the kids need this structure, students who are still learning the tech while missing out on the social aspect of school, and teachers who see both challenges and opportunities that could change education permanently. To donning wigs and costumes, teachers around Colorado are getting creative to make sure their homebound students get an engaging and educational experience. As we continue to bring you multiple perspectives on remote learning, we're hearing from students, some of them worried if they'll still be on track for next school year or college, a teen who's been going to school online for a decade, and of course the teachers, elementary, middle, and high school, all who've had to quickly take whatever subject they teach and make it work virtually. More than 65,000 Colorado students lack internet access, and another survey found the majority of them are low income. More than 2/3 of them are Hispanic. So we're continuing our 360 reporting, looking at the inequities in remote learning, with perspectives from the largest district in the state, DPS, a Title I school in Jeffco, and also rural districts like Weld R8 in Fort Lupton, where more than 30% of families reported having no broadband access right as remote learning got underway.
I think the negative for us is we are strapped for resources already.
Are liquor stores essential or not? We're going 360 with multiple perspectives. You'll hear from a Catholic author who says there's a moral question in play, a vape shop owner who was forced to close, an addiction doctor who worries how closing all stores would overwhelm hospitals, and a liquor store owner who says he's not only providing an in-demand product, but much-needed jobs, too.
Thank God we were able to pick up a bunch of the great bar and restaurant workers in the restaurants around us.
The co-owner of Argonauts Wine and Liquor, Josh Robinson, says business is booming.
So we're taking a dip into this 360, talking to homeowners who have strong opinions on what should happen. You'll hear from an HOA on how it's coming up with a plan of action, and a physician will weigh in on just how dangerous pools are when it comes to COVID-19.
After weeks of isolation with your partner, all of this togetherness may be getting old.
The more things aren't working out there, we're like, I gotta make everything work here. And we get a little overzealous, and that brings a lot of stress into those relationships.
But Dr. James Rouse of the Human Grace Project, who's worked with couples for 2 decades, says looking at this endless time together through a different lens may help your irritation with your partner turn into appreciation. You can start by asking yourself 3 questions when you feel a confrontation brewing.
Is it necessary? Is it true? Third question, is it kind?
Dr. Rouse says from personal experience with his wife of 30 years, often the answer to those questions is no.
They tend not to say anything, which is sometimes some of the best things we can do.
But don't stay silent for long. Dr. Rouse says starting and ending your day with an approach him and his wife use called bookends can help couples reconnect.
So in the morning before work begins, we spend time together. We go for a walk, we have breakfast, we talk to one another, we connect. And then we go and do our work. I'm in one end of the house, she's in the other end of the house.
And end the day with quality time again. For some couples, reconnection may not seem possible. Divorce attorneys across the country predict a wave of legal separations following the end of coronavirus restrictions.
If your safety is in jeopardy, absolutely do everything you need to do to get out of that relationship, to be safe.
But Dr. Rouse says if there's a chance the love is still there, think about it.
I like to say have a moratorium on making those big decisions. This is a tough time for all of us, and not necessarily our best selves are showing up right now.
If you happen to have a little extra patience or kindness to spare when your partner just doesn't, spread the wealth. Because with our favorite places and workplaces remaining closed, we have a few more weeks to navigate at home before the outside world starts creeping in again. In Denver, Micah Smith, Denver 7.